Hi, welcome to Antique Quest and another episode of Harris & Sons Auctions walkthrough. This is our fall two-part auction. That being the first part is antiques, folk art, collectibles, and part two is our sportsman auction. So we have firearms, ammunition, knives, fishing gear, camping gear, taxidermy like this old fox here. So we're going to give you a short walkthrough today. We're not going to go over each and every gun. There's more detailed information online about those and lots of pictures. So just go to our website, harrisonsonsauctions.com, and you can link to the catalog off that. Our catalog is at high bid, and you can register to bid on any of these items. Now we do ship worldwide, except for the guns and the ammunition. Ammunition is pickup only. No shipping at all, and firearms can only be shipped within Canada unless we're talking about antique muskets where it says antique status. Then I can ship it down to the States. Everything else is fine except for taxidermy as well. We're not going to ship that across any borders. So just so you know, that's the way this auction works, and it's all on the same evening. It just goes from one into the other. We just put it in two parts so you could easily look at it. You know, if you're only interested in one, but you should check them both because there's lots of crossover items that you may be interested in. So we've got this fabulous, I want to show you this while I'm sitting here. This is an original Digby Brown Bess. Now it has been converted at one point to percussion cap, which was really common, but the great thing about this is full wood. Everything's right, could easily be converted back for that matter. But here you have the Digby stamping, and it's right as rain. Been there since day one, right in the stock. So it's a great local historical musket. Now anybody can buy that. You're allowed to buy that without a license. You can hang it above your fireplace and just enjoy it and research the history, that sort of thing. So that's one of the guns that are in our auction. Some books, some knives, some taxidermy, all sorts of stuff. We're going to take you for a quick walk around and show you what we got. Okay, lots of books on guns and hunting and all sorts of various things. A great garden art piece there. Lots of fishing nets. Over here we have a Pagano drop school clock. It has been working time to time along here. I haven't tested it for a long time, but it's the standard time model. It's in excellent condition, and the name is just underneath the bezel there. And we've got pictures of that, I believe, online as well. All sorts of miscellaneous small lots. There's some good Nova Scotia history books. A lot of the ones done by Parker. Bullet molds and that sort of thing. Some black Americana, some fishing, some old albums for anybody that's into albums. We've got the Beatles and Godspell and the Led Zeppelin in there. So some lots here with the stereo viewer and all the cards, some Maud Lewis books, lots of knives, some old pipes, etc. And over here in the boat we have the cattle crossing. That's a double-sided sign. It's painted on plywood. Visitors welcome. Plywood again. It's great early tin weather vane. Lots of nice surface on that. Again, right as rain. Good early piece. Sorry, I can't look at two things at once, so I fall out of the camera sometimes. Got some pellet guns. Some of those need some work. One over here is working fine. And early sportsman cigarette advertising piece, cardboard. Some artwork from Russell London. I can't see it quite because it's hiding behind this old split bamboo rod. That's the bear painting, acrylic we believe. Some nice early paddles. A fabulous shelf, and this has some beautiful cutouts. Been refinished at one time, but it's a good early Nova Scotia piece. This nice cast iron tray, which would have been bolted to the counter in a hardware store, mercantile, that sort of thing, where they would sell small parts out of there. You know, nails, screws, what have you. All cast iron, very heavy. A great early grain shovel there. It's a nice color to that as well. We're just doing a quick bit here, and then I'm going to put the camera on a tripod. I want to show you this early Sologen Germany cutlery set. Look at the size of this set. It's absolutely massive. Beautiful engraved and colored blades. Sologen Germany again. But each one of the handles is different. So again, sorry, this camera's getting in my way here. You know, you've got the stags, the buck chasing the doe here, another one here. They're all different images. A mother and a fawn, and over here you've got the hogs carved on there. And this one you've got a hunting dog chasing. So just a really large, complete set. You've got all these serving pieces, spoons, knives, larger spoons, small dessert forks, smaller knives, larger forks, all in their own separate boxes. And the boxes don't necessarily match, so, but it's all by the same company and all from Germany. But just some beautiful quality. I mean, really nice pieces, and it's the whole set in one shot. Got a nice old whiskey jug here that's been made into a cottage lamp. Nice piece. Some early steins and a very large Moriage decorated Satsuma piece. And we're going to get the camera on a tripod. Okay, hopefully the sun doesn't ruin this too much. But we've got this really nifty little saddle here. Where are we? Down there. And it almost looks like a salesman sample, but it's probably more likely a toy, but I'm not really sure what it ever came off because I've never seen another one. It's got a little tooled horse here. It is missing one of the lower stirrups. You can see hanging on that one. But a really neat little piece, all leather, really well made. Little duffel bags, saddle bags there. And for Oxen Decoration, these are some of the nicest ones we've had. Like all the stud work, really, really neat, you know, valley pieces here with the brasses on there, and it's complete with the large ox bells. Look at the tack decoration on the belts here. All the leather's there. Everything's intact. There's maybe a few studs missing, but overall, I think the great majority of them are there, that's for sure. You know, there's one, I can see there, a mark from where there used to be one. There's some off the edges here, actually. But all in all, just a really neat set there. We got a nice little quill birch box with sweetgrass. Some quills missing again, which is common on these. A really neat carved stone Indian head here with the, and it is marked and signed on the bottom. I am not going to be able to pronounce that, but it does have an SN number as well. Really nice piece there, and we're going to move down the table further. Okay, nice Nova Scotia cutlery box, great green paint color there, showing through with a little brown underneath. Nice bottom. All these have been there for a very long time. Again, right as rain, exactly what you want to see. Nice surface, nice dry surface inside. Again, more detailed photos online, but just this hopefully will give you an idea of size, that sort of thing. Nice little folk art piece here, and the ship is actually cast metal. So, but the back with great color again, all sort of folk decorated. But I'm not sure if that's a Lunenburg Foundry piece, but it's a lot like that sort of thing, and then it's been painted. But a really neat piece there. We've got the old pharmacy druggist cork sizer for the bottles that they would make the corks. Great little counter piece there, marked Philadelphia, I believe. But this piece I want to bring your attention to because it does not photograph well, but it's really neat. It's a shoe shine box, And this was used by a man in Annapolis Royal. And this was a long time back, not the best speller in the world. It's got the S backwards here on shine. But what's really interesting is 5 cents was crossed off and it worked its way up to 10 cents. So originally 5 cents and now 10 cents. A great early local Annapolis Royal piece. Really nice early stone, sharpening stone. But what's really neat is this coffin form to the case, and it does have a name carved in there, and it's been there for a very long time again. And we got another one down on the bottom too. And I don't know that that's the same name as on top. So it's had a few owners in its lifetime. And a really nice early hide covered box. It's got some old paper inside. Probably not the original paper, but some of this might be down here. But tack decorated again with leather. So a really nice little piece there. Sorry, I'm outside the camera again. And we'll go a little further. So we have a nice carved folk art oxen team here. A nice three-dimensional. Now this one is signed, and I'm not sure I'll remember off here. It's Nickerson from Nova Scotia. I can't quite read the first initial there, but again, we've got more detail on the website. Okay, really nice. And bear skull here. Old bear, teeth worn all the way down. I'm going to show you this first. Now, this was a custom-made knife from a bear's jaw, and still has the fang as part of the handle. And this was made by Roy Beals, and it was made for Merrill, and he's even used bone pieces inlaid here to say about it. And there's his original card, and it actually says thanks from Roy to this Merrill, who he made this for. So kind of a neat local piece, nice custom made knife in a little fitted box. Now these little tables here are what I really want to bring your attention to. These were made by Gilbert Nickerson. Now Gilbert salvaged shipwreck wood and made furniture out of it. So he's made these both from wood that came off wrecks. But what's really interesting is when you get down to the bottom here, all in pencil, and I doubt you'll be able to see it. It's hard to see even here, but he's written down all the names of all the various ships that he gathered wood from to make this furniture. And he signed it as well. And what's really neat is after these came in, I managed to pick up this book just by chance, which is called Disasters at Sea, Nova Scotia. And there's a picture here of Gilbert with one of his chairs in 1939, and it tells a little bit about him here. So if you had these, I would suggest finding this book, because it's just a great piece of information on Gilbert. So a nice early Nova Scotia folk artist that did some wonderful work. Has a bit of an arts and crafts look, and they're both the same. The other one as well has all the writing on the bottom that you can try and decipher. It's in pencil. It's fairly clear, but it is written, so you have to sort of try and figure out. If you knew the names of the ships that were lost at sea in the area, it'll probably be recognizable to you. A couple great early rowing trophies. A little damage, you know, glass broken in this one and a little bent and deformed, but still interesting early pewter trophies that you can't see because I held them too high. All right. Some early Nova Scotia books down in here. Nice pair of early skates. Let's see what else I can show you here. It's early cane. Now this handle is marked 14 karat, and it's beautifully done. And there's some inscription on the side here as well. But it really looks as if you can see where it's worn through to the brass in areas. So I'm going to assume, although it is a loaded handle, that it's more of a heavy rolled gold plate rather than solid gold, even though it is marked 14K. Just so you know, but great cane there. Let me see if I can show you this here, because this is a beautiful folk art rug. Nova Scotia piece again. Let's see if I can unfurl this far enough. And I'm not sure what this is called, and I know I should get some letters about that. That's okay. This is all tufted, so it sits very high off the rug itself. So all the flower work stands proud of the rest of the rug. It's in excellent condition. Sorry folks, had a little technical difficulty there, battery change. So I'm not sure what you heard and what you didn't, but this rug is in absolutely gorgeous condition. These are tufted as well, these two pearls in the corner. I'll show you the back so you can see it. And what's nice is it has a sleeve here in case you want to hang it on the wall for you to put a rod through. So it's got a sleeve sewn on there. There you go. Good size rug and really nice condition. And while I'm at it, I'll show you these rugs as well. Nice little Nova Scotia welcome rug with the birds on it. Let me see if I can get that right. There we go. Great piece there. And all of these are in quite good shape. Now this one I don't think is as old, but it is signed, and it is a very long, beautifully done runner. So it's got some great floral patterns there, really well done. I'll give you an idea of the length there. Again, I'll just show you how it's stitched on the back. And it is initial signed right here. We're not really sure who that is, but a great piece in really nice shape. And we have a fabulous big flintlock. Oh my goodness, that's heavy. Musket here. Now this one was found in Newfoundland. It's got beautiful old color. I mean, it's, as far as that goes, it's probably the original finish, I would say. All brass underneath here. It has been sporterized, so the end of the wood has been cut down because later in life they used them for hunting. And this probably spent a very long time hunting in Nova Scotia. It has its ramrod, and if I'm not mistaken, that's a perfectly working lock too, so it will fire. Again, antique status, anybody can own this. I can't imagine how heavy this gun would have been with the full wood on it. But it's a really nice piece, tower marked lock. That's in the second part, of course. And an early Birmingham made jungle machete. Again, pretty sharp. Mostly, you know, it's been sharpened down, but most of the blade's still there. And it has the bloodlines in this one, which is not on later machetes, but because it did have dual use. A really nice raccoon hat, but the top is rabbit fur. So this is all rabbit fur, just the tail is actually raccoon. Nice newer lining. This is a nifty little piece. A little loom, miniature loom, and it's actually making a small rug. So it's halfway through the process, so you can see how they make it and how they do it. Has a couple little holders here, probably for pens and odds and ends at a desk, but it's really nicely decorated around the outside. And I won't pronounce that Kusadasi, but that is a place where these rugs are made. Okay, and we have some interesting knives. This being a dagger, Jambayala I believe. I can't quite remember the name here at the moment. But the handle is horn, and it's all inlaid with tack work. So all of these patterns along the handle here, this is all done with copper tack and other tacks that are in through a horn handle, probably buffalo horn, I would think. And the blade has a lot of etching on it, but it is hard to see. You have to turn it in the light just the right way. But nice tooled leather scabbard. And this is a heck of a hunting knife in the second part. Is matching small blade. But this is one of the biggest Bowie knife blades we've had in quite a while. That's quite a big knife there. And again, this is made in Sologen, Germany, so very good steel as well. And in its original sheath, which has a little tooled elk on in the front there, and in excellent condition. And there's a few other knives. Nice little Browning knife here with the brass pommel and guard. And a good leather sheath there. And this is a bit of an oddball one, but it's a Winchester knife. And for some reason, it's in this really interesting wooden holder somebody's made for it. Why, I don't know. But maybe it was used on a boat and that was tied to this, so in case it fell over, it would float. I'm not sure. Okay, that's most of the stuff on the table. An original Mauser sporting magazine, which tells you everything about early Mausers if you're interested in that. Okay, we'll take you for a walk around here. I'll just give you a bit of a view of some of the artwork. This one's signed Allen. It's a watercolor. Very nice watercolor. Great one of ships here. We couldn't quite make out the name, but it is just underneath the frame here. These are Faulkner. Really nicely done. He did that in a large floral. I'll show you in a minute. Some early St. John's prints. And a great early Philip R. Goodwin, used in a lot of the early Winchester advertising. Fighting chance, it says, as he reaches for his Winchester, and there's a grizzly there. Now this nice early sampler came direct to us from the family, and this is, we believe, Janet Franzen. But it is dated, and it is East River, so it's Pictou County. I love the bird here. This is great, and this bird, look at the tail on him. But it has some fading, of course, and some wear, so it's hard to see everything. But right down here it says East River, which is, like I say, in Pictou County, July 31st, 18, and I can't remember what we decided that was. It's definitely a 1 next, so 1811, 1812, 1817. I can't remember. We got it on the website. But a nice early Nova Scotia sampler. And her name is right here, Janet and Franzen. Not really sure what's after that, but it's probably an N, so we're thinking Franzen. But we could ask the family if they know better. There's the other large, beautiful watercolor by Faulkner. I've got a set of chestnut snowshoes here. Some thermometers, candy thermometers. A wooden bowl with a couple of mashers. But I gotta move these for a minute and show you this fabulous band box. Okay, let me move this as well. It's got the old paint Brighton brass band. Now there's a Brighton down near us, but I'm not sure if it's from here or not. Some of the catch missing, but it's got these, I don't know if you can see these great spandrels and whatnot in the corner here that are painted on. It's a fully painted finish and painted on the top as well. green painted, and then all of these little decorative pieces painted on there. And it probably was for a euphonium horn. I'm gonna do this catch here. Which is sort of like a small tuba. That would fit right in there. But look at the surface. The surface is great. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see on a nice early piece like this. Rare piece. I mean, where are you going to find another one of those? Okay. But here's some of my favorites. I absolutely love this little cottage shelf. We got a little moose up on the top. Hopefully you can see that. Little mirror. And this fish. And everything's done with raw wood, raw stumps. Couple little brackets there for things. The shelf up top. But this is great. Opens up. Little cubby. And then you've got this wild root down here for hanging your coats or whatnot. Great folk piece there. Got some really good folk pieces in. And one of them is this one. I love this Oxen team. Nice Nova Scotia piece in early paint. I mean, this paint has the surface you want to see as well. There's the driver there, driving the Oxen team. But look at the color. The color is just superb and very three-dimensional. Look at his, I don't know if this will show it or not, but look at his buggy there. Full of, I'm not really sure what if they're pumpkins or what they're supposed to be, but just a great piece of folk art there. And up above we have this wonderful old ship painting, and it's got lots of glare I can see. Try and get rid of that. It does have some issues here and there, but it's a very old piece, very folky. You know, a ship fighting a storm. I don't know if it'll focus in for you. A nice old gilt frame. And then the Barry coal pits. Ship's figurehead. Isn't that great? It has some cracking, but the paint is so thick. I mean, it's really stable. Not really sure what's going on, if that's just the wood expanding and contracting. But she's magnificent. Look at that great face blowing in the wind, her hair all the way back. I mean, it's signed right here on the side, Barry Coal Pits, or B Coal Pits anyway. And down below we have a great early abacus. Nice colors on this one. Partial label here, but you can't really make it out anymore. But a nice display piece. A early vintage American flag here in good order. And you gotta have a beaver when you're having a Canadian folk art talk. So there you go. Good old Canadian beaver chewing on a log. And unfortunately, this guy isn't signed anywhere that we can see. And then we have a collection of Arlie Skinner folk art birds. That's all one lot now. And there's the large piece that's on its own with the robins and the eggs. And another piece that came in was this early woodpecker here. Come on, focus on him. And he's got copper toes, so metal feet wrapped. And again, this one does have a sign on it. R or G Brooklyn, Nova Scotia. A nice early woodpecker. And we have a whole bunch of split bamboo fishing rods. But these are great. These are Ducky Schnare hanging decoys. Look like, after you shoot them and they're hanging in the kitchen, ready to get cleaned. But just a superb set in excellent condition again. No chipping, nothing. They're just great, and they hang wherever you want them. That's just happened to be where I had a good spot to hang them. And down below we have a carved folk art coyote lamp, again a good cottage piece. We have one of the Ducks Unlimited decoys, and this one was by Alan Taylor. And it has the Atlantic sponsor decoy, so you had to be a sponsor to get these. Neat early little milking stool, a lot full of keys. Again, another Russell London watercolor back there. And some lots of various things. We've got the lamp, goes with the keys actually, and then this lot of hunting stuff. There's some scopes. This is really neat. Edmonton Civil Defense. So it's an original gas mask, and I think it spent its entire life in there. I don't think it was ever used. It's, you know, some of the rubber on the back has actually gotten a little stiff because it's been in this bag forever, but it's in excellent condition. And it comes with the original armband that they would have worn as well. A nice early Canadian military helmet here in very nice shape. Go on the website and get all the information on that one. Some Coleman lanterns and heaters and snowshoes and boots and things and a fencing foil there. We got a couple of Outboard Motors. This little one might be a Sears model. It's pretty small, maybe a 2-horse, maybe 1.5 or so. And we have the Stealth 200 electric trolling motor, and that was working when we hooked her up to a battery. And we've got some instruments for people. We've got a little mandolin there that would be good for a restorer. It has a little split in the front, and the machine heads are a bit weak, so I'd have those replaced. Nice early saxophone in its case, alto sax. I'm not going to dig all these out because, like I say, there's much more detailed photos on the website. We've got a little clarinet. We've got a really good Gatcombe claw hammer banjo. It's a well-known Boston maker. We've got this accordion here with all the books come with it. It's a nice pearlized one. Some more snowshoes. And the original Grease poster. There they are. Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. And that's just a plexiglass frame. Let's see what else we have to show you. Nice early little lamp table here. Some fishing nets and whatnot, but this is just a sweetheart of a little lamp table. Look at the color on the bottom of that. Old square nailed, nice legs on this. Just an interesting, nice little size. It's all pine. Nova Scotia piece. Okay. And we have this Epiphone The Paul guitar. So it's Epiphone. It's called the Junior, which is sort of like a Les Paul but thinner, so it's a thin body. And that's in beautiful condition as well. I do have a few smalls here I'll show you. Some nice meerschaum pipe. This flying horse, a Pegasus, I guess you'd say. Pretty neat. And this one in here is an eagle. I don't know, are we focusing or not? Hope so. Nice meerschaum pipes. And we've got a couple of great books. This is probably the nicest binding I've seen on an early copy of Hiawatha, with the edge marbling as well. And this is a really rare book, so it's, I got it in the plastic, but a Methodist missionary in Labrador. Haven't been able to find a copy this early of this book anywhere. Some superb early photographs that you're really enjoying in that book. Now for you gun guys, I'm not going to pull out all the guns because again it's much easier for you to go online and see the detailed pictures. We took a lot of pictures of all of them, but I did want to show you these three for various reasons. One, this Browning 22, and this is a grade 2. It's got some beautiful engraving. The bluing is perfect. The stock and the color is gorgeous. The finish is beautiful. It's gold trigger. Short draw on these. Excellent condition. It's got the extra piece over here for your thumb. Still has its flip up sight as well. Just superb condition. That is a gorgeous little gun. If you're looking for a 22 lever, you'd have a hard time finding much better. And this Savage is just in gorgeous condition. It's got a red field scope on it, which is excellent. The finish is beautiful on here. The bluing is beautiful. The barrel, the bore, everything is just superb on this gun. It's so smooth. It's just an excellent piece. Again, this has its original sights still in place as well. Oh, sorry, I'm missing you entirely. Still has its original sights in place. Just a beautiful firearm there. And the Winchester, a very rare caliber, so it's 25-35, so you just don't see that very often. Another thing I'd make note of is this sight here is actually in meters instead of feet, which is unusual. And I don't know if these are deer kills, but he's notched his stock here, which is interesting. But all in all, again, nice piece, saddle ring here. Just a really neat, you guys that are collecting Winchester and want something a little rarer, that's one for sure right there. So thanks for watching, folks. I hope that gives you a little idea about size and that sort of thing. Again, there's much more detailed photos on the website. And if you're wondering how to register for the auction, the easiest way is to just go on, look at the catalog online, find something you want, try and bid on it. And if you're not registered, it's going to walk you through the whole process. You have to make sure your addresses and everything are correct according to where your credit card would mail your statements, in case you're having any trouble registering. That's usually what the problem is. Now you do need a credit card to register to bid. They're going to charge $1 to your card, which they'll put back on afterwards. That's just to confirm that you are a real person and it's not a fake credit rating or anything like that. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, and it's coming off on Thursday, October 10th. So go on, have a look at www.harrisandsonsauctions.com. Thanks again. Have a great day. God bless.